All right. So week 3, we've got a couple of interesting things going on. Okay. One, you've got a paper, the IEP versus the 504. Take a look at that. And a nice forum that we're doing. Again, make sure that we keep track of when we are supposed to be posting what. We post the original, like your original post, that's what it's often called. And so it's your first post Monday through Wednesday, okay? And that's all that you post. No replies until Thursday morning, okay? You need to make sure that everything is out there before you pick what you're going to respond to. Now, when you're actually in class, you get a look and now you can see everybody and you are hearing everything, right? But in an online class, you don't get that same opportunity. So, as such, in our forum, you have to let everybody put something out there. Then, once that's all out there, Thursday morning, you come back and you do replies. So you need to make sure your stuff is out there by Wednesday night. Thursday morning, you see what everybody's put out there. And there's not like a million people in this class. So making sure that you can see and pick and choose what you want to respond to. Okay, see, well, nobody's responded to that. And so making sure that it's balanced, those kinds of things, this works out really well for it. So it's the time thing, and it's the one thing I'm really a stickler about. Okay, speaking of the time thing, okay, in this week you also see peer review for lesson plan 1. Okay, and Moodle does these peer reviews, and it's the best tool that they have. Okay, and so I want to help you understand the best way that it works. By Wednesday night, again, okay, that's kind of our midweek, you need to have a full draft submitted into that peer review. Okay? Then, Wednesday night, when I see everybody in there, then I click the button for it to roll over to the next setup, where it will give everybody somebody else's lesson plan, and you peer review it, and you get that, and you submit that back into this peer review. It will then send that back to the original person. Your lesson plan is going to be due next week. Because I'm giving you time for all of this to work out. Okay. If you don't submit by Wednesday night, it automatically gives you a 0 for this whole thing. Okay. So make sure that you get stuff turned in when it's supposed to be turned in. Okay, I can't change that. That's how Moodle works. Okay, so I just want you to have that heads up. Wednesday night, full lesson plan drafted. Okay, and think about that full lesson plan. That means it has everything on it that you're going to do, that you're going to say, that you're going to expect from somebody else to do. Okay, and so this is a lot of detail, probably more detailed than you ever put into something. Okay, I was just reading an article, okay, and this thing was driving me crazy because it was essentially a lesson plan. It's like, oh, here's this cool idea to do for a lesson plan. And there was no idea of where the students were at. You know, it said, in your calculus class, and like, where in my calculus class? Is this a day 1 lesson? Is this a last day of the school year lesson? Help to get that much detail. And then this is the activity that you do. And this is what the students are suddenly going to magically have. Like, wait a second. How did they get there? What was the process? You can't just jump from one thing to another. You got to explain, okay, they get this information, and they have to do X, Y, Z with it. That will produce this thing that we can now look at, and we're getting more information back from. Like, all the detail, it's nitty gritty. It really is, okay? But good lesson plans will save your butt, because when you're up in front of people, 25 students all staring at you, huge eyes, and you're not going to remember a dang thing that you wanted to do. You're going to pull out that lesson plan, and a good lesson plan will say, ask this question at this time, and you're going to ask that question, and it will start the discussion, and it will just break the ice for you. And you'll do so much better with a good lesson plan in hand, okay? So make sure that you've got everything all set up in the peer review Wednesday night, okay? You got your real world planning. You've got your IEP versus 504 paper. That's at the end of the week, so don't like freak out about that. But your lesson plan, so make sure you've got things in place, prioritize, and look ahead for things that are coming, so that way you aren't dealing with them in just 1 or 2 days. Take a week or two to really make them the very best that they can be. Okay?